So today we're actually going to be looking at a host of videos and reviews about Zachery daiquiris. Okay, and it's in Charleston, South Carolina. So essentially what's going on is you have the owner, we're going to get into all of it, but you have the owner who said, we're going to have a strict dress code for this daiquiri location that we have. And y'all know what daiquiri is. It's just a slushy with some alcohol in it, really. Okay, that's really what it was. I used to get strawberry daiquiris. You know, my mom would get like the little mix, a non-alcoholic mix, of course, and then put some ice. Boom, we got strawberry daiquiris for the whole fam. Okay, so that's just is what it is. All right. So apparently now you gotta like, in order to go to this place, you gotta like dress up, be blah blah boom. Okay, girl. So you gotta do all the extra stuff, and now it comes off as kind of racially profiling because it wasn't just okay, no Crocs, no shorts. It was no Jordans. No, oh, he got ripped pants. No ripped pants either. What do you, are those Ray Ban? None of those. All that stuff you got. Okay. And it happened right on, I mean, this is the opening day. It happened right there in front of black people where she was saying, yeah, those Jordan, yeah, you can't wear those. Those you can't. Meanwhile, you got white people who are wearing certain things that are banned, right? So let's just go ahead, take a look at this video of what this lady had to say about her experience.
Daiquiris with some friends on Friday night. And while we were sitting outside, we were having our second round of drinks, and there was a line that had started forming because they were opening the restaurant to the public at 8. And while we were sitting there enjoying our drinks, I was making an Instagram story, literally just about to say welcome to Charleston Zachery's Daiquiris to promote the restaurant because I was very excited about a new Charleston small business. The bouncer starts walking down the line and goes, "Hey guys, there is a new dress code as of right now." Okay? And she stops next to the one group of black men. Stops next to them, doesn't look at them, but stops next to them. That's where she makes the announcement. No Jordans, no ripped jeans, no athletic pants. Describing this group of men. Not no athletic shoes, not not no sneakers. Jordans. And we were like, I mean, it felt like I was short circuiting. The guys like left. Obviously, they left the line. Half the line diminished with them not because they did fit that description. We were like, what just happened? We look at each other. We're like, there's no way that we just witnessed that. But we're certainly not going to support a business that does that. So we get up. We have not even finished half of our drinks. And the table behind us was like, you guys thought that was weird too, right? And then we were like, yeah, and that's unacceptable. We're not going to be supporting this place. Absolutely not. So we left. As we were leaving, we passed the bouncer, and my husband said, "I just want you to know that half your tables and half your line just left because of what you did to those black men." She said it came from it's just directions from upper management. We don't really care. You just need to know. And we left. We went to another restaurant, and we're all talking about it. We checked the reviews, and one of the men who was in that group made a review. So amazing. We said, great. I'm glad he spoke about his experience. We're going to make a review about our experience as well, because this is unacceptable. On the car ride to that restaurant, I had sent an email to Zachery's Daiquiris requesting an explanation. I said, this was what we witnessed. Can you explain this? My husband Google review, can't find it. Even though it has been screenshotted and put in several Facebook groups, several Reddit pages, and referenced several times. They seem to have now 2 Google accounts. The Google account that the reviews were originally coming on, there was 24 on Saturday. That rating wasn't very high. Today there is 6, and now there's another Google account where there's 5 stars being flooded, including reviews that are talking about the dress code. There is nothing wrong with the dress code. There's plenty of bars that have a dress code. Standing next to a group of black men and saying no Jordans, ripped jeans, and athletic pants, when that wasn't communicated, and that there are people inside who are not black, who are wearing athletic pants, ripped jeans, and athletic shoes. That's that's nonsense. And I think if somebody went and they had a wonderful experience, had wonderful drinks, and the people serving them were great, really nothing against those, because we had good drinks and the people who served us were very nice. But that doesn't take away that it's also not hard for a business to, if this was not a representation of your culture, to see those reviews, address them, say, hey, this is not a representation of us. That is a horrible experience, and I'm so sorry that you endured. Here is our dress code, and we would love to have you back for a better one. Not hard. It's just not. So yeah, I was very much looking forward to this business. I was very excited about it. And now I will not be revisiting them. I will be telling, my community that I don't think that they deserve their hard-earned money, because I do not support places that treat others like that.
The fact that her husband is a Black man makes this whole situation that more crazy and continues to blow my mind. But the fact both of them double down, just such bad PR, bad business move. Like, what are they doing? If you don't know what's going on or you don't watch Southern Charm, this is Leva. She and her husband own a whole bunch of bars, restaurant, clubs in Charleston, South Carolina. They recently opened a place called Zachery's Daiquiri. It literally looks like a diner from the 50s, and they just sell daiquiris. And on their opening night, they enforced a dress code that specifically targeted the Black patrons that were in line, i.e. no Jordans, i.e. no sweatpants, i.e. no athletic attire. And apparently people had already entered the establishment who were wearing that stuff. They claim they enforced this little dress code after 8 p.m. And you know what? It's your restaurant. You can have dress codes, but historically dress codes have always been anti-Black. And this specific dress code, it's coded. I'm like, hey, you do you, but it's always so bizarre when you see problematic women like her who sit on platforms and have like this false sense of activism, like I'm pro-Black, this, that, and the fourth, and they're always married to a Black man. What was even more bizarre was, i.e. his apology. Disregard, because it wasn't an apology. He wrote in that very long newsletter, I quote, "This is not an apology." You can do whatever you want in your daiquiri shop, but enforcing rules that literally weed out Black people like you aren't a Black man, it's just so bizarre. None of this is surprising for a lot of people who watch the show. One, it's South Carolina, but two, she very much gives like performative, like, I support Black people when it matters, but I will also uphold racist stereotypes against Black people. And my husband's Black and my son is Black, but they are an exception to the rule. Them doubling down on it, it's not a good look. Like, she always preaches, educate yourself. She said it to Catherine all season, and Catherine is very racist. But she said, educate yourself. And I'm like, girl, educate yourself on why what your restaurant did that night is not a good look. Again, dress code, do whatever. If you want people to wear suits or whatever, that's fine. But I get... You don't want a certain clientele in there, and you just need to say the quiet part out loud. Instead of just writing a simple apology, they are on Instagram resharing people's stories of giving testimonies about their character. None of the people are Black that are giving these testimonies. Not a single one. Like, ugh.
But one thing I actually want to mention in this regard, who's really dressing up? You want people to wear loafers, Dickies shorts, and like a Hawaiian shirt? I mean, come on. And you can wear ripped kind of distressed jeans and they could look stylish, you know what I mean? And not tacky. So, and even with Jordans, I mean, I just don't, it's a daiquiri place. And by the looks of it, it didn't, like, this wasn't like an upscale place at all. This is a daiquiri place, for crying out loud. Like, I'm just looking like, y'all really got a dress code for this? This is different than like the turkey leg hut. When they said no shower caps, no bonnets, no see-through, that's reasonable. But you're saying, oh, I don't want you wearing any kind of athletic like joggers or anything. This is a daiquiri location. In Texas, they have drive-through daiquiri locations. You can literally go in a drive-through. That's not upscale. This doesn't appear to be upscale. You know what I mean? To where you're saying, oh, you can't wear this at all. It's like, but let's continue.
Unfortunately, this was the first and last time that I will be visiting Zachery's Daiquiris, even though I was super excited of Charleston getting that Wet Willie's feeling back. But I just won't be coming back here again. The drinks were really good, but the customer service just wasn't it. Even though we weren't treated horribly, but there was a clear difference between the customer service we received versus other people of different backgrounds. So I'm not surprised to hear that they're getting such horrible reviews.
Ended up on Charleston TikTok, but my For You page has been talking about this Zachery situation that's been going on. And if you don't know, essentially they just had their opening night not too long ago, and one of the employees or staff members came out and said that there's now going to be an dress code being enforced on the opening night that nobody knew about. And not only just, said it on the opening night, but stopped next to a group of black men and essentially was basically saying, no Jordans. And if you look at the place, it very much gives like 1950 may have had a sit-in at the counter vibes, if you know what I'm talking about. Yes, very much so. But aside from that, needing a dress code to serve some fucking slushies with alcohol in it is insane. It's insane. And the last motherfuckers that did that, they are no longer in business. They lasted a little after that, because they had to change their shit back. But the Turkey Leg Hut tried that, right? Forgetting that they serve carnival food out of a fucking tent in the middle of Houston, where summer is goddamn hell. They wanted people to come in they Sunday's best. You couldn't show too much skin, couldn't have ripped nothing, and it's like, okay, who is finna go to your establishment in the middle of summer under a tent to eat off of a silver tray, a goddamn Turkey Leg Hut carnival food? Absolutely not. So you mean to tell me you gotta have your best on to go have a fucking daiquiri? No. Just tell me the type of motherfuckers you want in your establishment. Just say it. Just say it. It'd be easier if you say it. But aside from that, the owners have been crashing out. Even on the official page, like in the on the one video where they decided to post a bunch of photos with black people in it, they had told people to kiss their ass. That'll be your opening night and your last night. And they deleting reviews, I heard. Oh.
So I'm seeing the controversy with that daiquiri place that is enforcing this dress code, right? Like this, right? And I have a lot of issues, but like I'm just gonna stick to one. What the fuck is wrong with Jordans? I know what's wrong with it.
Real quick, we're gonna go back
like this, right?
To it. All right. So it says Jordans of any kind, high top athletic sneakers, so no Adidas, no Nike blazers. So essentially, I mean, you can't wear sneakers. You can't wear any of those. Jerseys / tank tops of any kind. Now, that means that what I'm wearing, I can't wear. And I'm wearing a long dress that goes past my knees. Okay? So that means that what I'm wearing is considered unprofessional, which is because it's a tank top, So that's the thing, it's like, so now I can't wear certain dresses. And I have a lot of dresses that are formal dresses. This is more of like a sundress, but still, now I can't wear this. I have other ones which are formal dresses that have a spaghetti strap. Now I can't wear that if I want to go here. I mean, that's a lot. And I've gone to high class establishment restaurants before. Okay. 2 in particular. 3, but 2 high in particular. 4 actually. Went to a few. And in that regard, they just ask that you're not wearing, like men, you're not wearing sandals and you're not wearing athletic clothes like joggers and what. But this is a high class establishment where when I say that, I mean, I'm talking about they just added this new thing where they give you like a warm towel to wipe your hand, and you got a guy going like this, giving you a warm towel so you go and wipe your hand. They got oysters. These people know the menu left and right. Hey, is everything okay? Hey, your food will be out. I just went and checked. Your food will be out in about 10 minutes or so. I mean, when you talk about good customer service and high customer service, that makes sense for the dress code. And also the kind of venue it is. It's not a, booty shorts. You know what I mean? It's not a booty shorts and fucking tank top outfit kind of attire anyways that you're supposed to be having. I mean, just the environment isn't that. But this is a freaking 50s diner selling daiquiris and some salads. You know what I mean? What are we talking about here? This isn't even a lounge. This if this was like a lounge, okay. I can see it. Like what was it? Ti he had like a little lounge thing or whatever. And this said the food was okay, but even just looking at that environment, I was like, oh, okay, that would fit more. This is not that. It's like saying going to Panera and say, oh yeah, you can't wear any sneakers. What? At Panera? What? You're in a Mexican restaurant. Oh, no, no tank tops. I mean, because this is on that same level. What are we even talking about here? You know, it's like a Marianne's diner. I mean, what are we talking about? Now I got to be like dressed up because the more and more you look at this, it's like, wait, this is messed up. So you're saying Jordans of any kind of high top sneakers, and I like high tops. Okay, any jerseys / tank tops of any kind. So this would be wrong for me to wear, even though it is a long dress that goes past my knees. Okay, you're saying pants / shorts must have a belt loop and must be worn around the waist, so no sagging, which I can understand. But you're saying must have a belt loop. I have shorts that don't have belt loops because they're just like and I mean, if it for a place like this, I would wear this because you know what I mean, because it's like that kind of stretchy material or whatever. But now they gotta have belt loops. And what if I have pants, which I do own a pair of pants where they zip up in the back? There's no belt loops because it's a zip. So now I can't wear that. All right. Athletic shorts, ripped jeans with graphic t-shirts. So you can't. So if I wear ripped jeans and I have a plain shirt, can I get away with it? Or if I have a graphic t-shirt with shorts, I mean, how does this work? So you say no graphic t-shirts. Then you're saying no ripped jeans. And like I said, there are some distressed jeans that actually look like something. You know what I mean? So then you go and say that. Then you say no slippers or slides. Slippers. Now, I wear sandals personally. So if I'm not wearing my tennis shoes, my barefoot shoes, I'm wearing sandals. All right. And I mean, your whole foot's out. All right. But I could have bought like some slippers, which they're sandals, but they're like the ones that they're like slides, but they're more decorative, if that makes sense, where like you have like your sandal, and I wear like the flat sandal, the thong flat sandals, right? You could have the one where there is no thong and it's just like the kind of part that goes on the front part of your foot. Your feet are exposed, boom. And those are nice and classy looking, right? I've seen, so many people that wear those. I personally am not a fan of those, but there are people that wear them, and you can wear them in a professional setting. You're saying those are unacceptable. No Crocs. Shower flip-flops or non-designer flip-flops. Shower flip-flops? What does that even mean? I mean, what kind of shoes are those? And then you're saying, because I got some flip-flops. Now, do I wear them outside? If I gotta go to the gas station, or if I'm going to give me some Dairy Queen ice cream or something like that, sure. But I don't personally do it. But there's nothing, I'm not gonna knock you for doing it. You know what I mean? Then you say, and non-designer flip-flops. What? Now I gotta spend a whole bunch of money to get Gucci flip-flops? And some Gucci flip-flop. Now I gotta go and do that? Oh, for what? Some daiquiris? Chad. You could get some much better daiquiri. I'm not really a daiquiri person. I haven't had one in a while. I had one. This one tastes like there was Everclear in there. And I was like, oof, I can't mess with that. I'm more of a margarita person. I make my own, really. Or I mix it with some other stuff. My green tea, okay? I don't have to, I can make all this stuff in my crib. If I wanted a daiquiri, I could go and get some daiquiri mix and get some alcohol that I already got up in this room anyways.
And I have a lot of issues, but like I'm just gonna stick to one. What the fuck is wrong with Jordans? I know what's wrong with it. Don't get me wrong. I know why they're doing it, okay? But I'm saying like overall, What the fuck is wrong with Jordans? Do you know how expensive them shits are? But you'll let Converses and Vans in the building over Jordans? I know why they're doing it, but again, Jordans is it's no longer just like black for black people and black fashion. It's fashion, period, boo. You know we innovate and take shit up a notch. Check out every fashionista that got fucking sneakers on. They're all Jordans. It's like, I don't know why they think Jordans mean, I guess they equate it to like hood and ghetto and sagging and shit like that. Like, no, first of all, Jordans is straight fashion. They only equated to it just being black people, but if you into fashion, you know Jordans is where it's at. Sorry, have you seen Vans and Converses? Them bummy looking ass shoes that look cheap as fuck. Let that in the building before some J's. At this point, I already know it's just like it's on some racist shit. I just also feel like it's on some stupid shit too, because clearly you don't know fashion. Ignorance is blasphemy. Motherfuckers with sketches on in that bitch. Ew, don't want to go anyways.
It is what it is, but let's continue this. This is a whole hot mess. So this is this is what their Google page looks like. Okay, this is Zachery Daiquiris. Here we go. That's their location. Now when you go to their Google reviews, you have highest, lowest, newest, most relevant. When you go to their lowest 5 days ago, there's nothing here. So when you see that, it's just nothing there in terms of anything being written. All right. And then we have this from 2 days ago. So let's go ahead and look at this one. It says, interesting to have a daiquiri bar in a place where you can't walk about with open containers. Drinks are too expensive. Lots of bars all around have cheaper daiquiri-esque drinks. Seems like they're trying to be fancier than they actually are. So apparently there's like an open container law. So you can't walk around with alcohol, essentially, is what they're saying. Like, you just can't. I don't know if they also do or don't do to-go alcohol. I remember when the Ro happened, Texas said, okay. What we won't be doing is losing out on money with this alcohol, even though they're closed on Sundays. But they said what we won't be doing is losing out. They said, you may not be able to have it in here, but we will be doing alcohol to go. What kind of drink do you want? Okay, daiquiris, even that, to go. You want a margarita to go. You want to go. Okay, so I can't be inside the building. I'm not leaving, but I can't be inside the building and walk around with it. Okay, wish there were more menus. And then here are the more positive ones. And mind you, no response to this. No response. Ooh, but we got a positive one. Responses. Okay. This place is absolutely phenomenal. By far the best frozen cocktails I've had, with a wide variety or variation of flavor. Staff is well educated, especially for only being open for less than a week. All right. They had a fantastic experience, clean place, staff incredibly friendly. Clearly not to the black people, because we read about that one with the post for the first lady, and then the other lady that came, she said, yeah, you could tell the difference between us and everyone else, how they're being treated versus how we're being treated. So there you go. So I thought that was interesting. I said, well, where's these other reviews? So this only has 8. Mind you, they're deleting reviews. That's why you don't see a whole bunch. They're swapping out pages and they're deleting reviews. Okay, so there's that. But let's go ahead. We have 7 photos. Let's just go and see what they have, okay? They got this little daiquiri over here. Okay. They got like a little pizza panini kind of thing, looking thing. Okay. Okay, what is this? This is 1 star. It says, we are very excited to promote this new restaurant, but okay, this was the first lady that we saw. But we just left without even finishing our drinks after witnessing the bouncer come out come out to the line to say a new dress code was being enforced and said Jordans, ripped jeans, and athletic pants are not allowed, while standing next to a group of black men who fit the description. There were plenty of other casually dressed people with casual sneakers on, but she specifically called out Jordans, which a majority of the group was wearing. We left along with half of the outside tables and half the line. That's the lady who did that video that we saw originally. All right, so let's go ahead. It says this business is being monitored by Yelp's support team for content related to media reports. So Yelp does this. They're going to show it. Okay. Yelp does this where if a business is getting too much publicity, too negative, too quick, that's when they'll put this alert up. This is not the first time I've seen it. It says this business recently received increased public attention, resulting in an influx of people posting their views to the page. So we have temporarily disabled the ability to post here as we work to investigate the content. While racism has no place on Yelp, we unequivocally reject racism or discrimination in any form. All reviews on Yelp must reflect an actual first-hand consumer experience, even if that means disabling the ability for users to express points of views we might agree with. All right. So let's go and look. Okay. Yes, that's me. That's weird. They got my. That's weird. How did they? That's weird. When did I sign up for this? All right, so let's go ahead and look. So we got this one. Says the vibe is exactly what Charleston needs. Perfect location right in the middle of all different bar scenes on King. And their drinks are very strong but easy to take down. Their sampler platter was amazing. And with it only being $30, you can easily split it with friends. A work staff came up to our table and chatted with us and made sure we were accounted for. Highly recommended. 2-star. This is 4 days ago. Head to Charleston for spring break next month. First time traveling with our young adult children being legal drinking age. Always looking for recommendations of fun places to take them. This is not the place. Dress code of no athletic pants, no ripped jeans. Can you even buy jeans without distress on them? And no Jordans. My sneakerhead kids would not be welcome here. Well, maybe they would because they might have the right skin tone. So she knows what's on. She already knows what's going on. Yet, we won't be spending our dollars at this establishment. I will keep searching for fun places to take them, but now my emphasis will be on places that are black owned. Because with that, you'll be like, okay, there's no discrimination that's going to be going on. Okay. Now let's go ahead and look another one. It says 0 stars if I could. They're outwardly racist with a lot of proof, changing dress codes during a grand opening to exclude a group of black men when many white men were wearing the same thing and admitted without issue. They're deleting comments and blocking people who call them out on Instagram too, and created a second Google page to steer review traffic away from the first, as many people, including the men turned away for no reason, wrote reviews about them. Super shady business practices was decided to go as Charleston needs somewhere like this, but would steer as much traffic as possible away from here. Another one. 1 star. Racist. Zachery daiquiris. Don't be naive. You know what happened opening night. Not going to be giving any business or attention after what I've heard. Own up to it and resolve the madness. It's 2025. Really disappointing. Now, reviews like this is what Yelp is referring to when they go and say like, hey, we need people who actually were experiencing it. I'm like a yes and no, more 70% no. Because at the end of the day, if you have a shady business practice, I think people need to know about it. What you're doing is discriminatory and you think it's just okay. And yeah, I think people should know about it so that they do not support your establishment. Period. This is 1 star. Explained that it was my first time and the waitress could not care less. I came with a big group of my freshly 21 friends because we were in Charleston to celebrate, and they were not very welcoming. Rude service, underwhelming experience, would not recommend. Service could improve, not very welcoming. Ambiance, nothing else to add, disappointing. Yeah. Another one, not worth it. Other places with better vibes to go would not return. Would not return. Drink suck. Food cold and bland. Oh, what is this? 37 views. Not recommended. Oh, so you guys didn't show the other ones. Okay, here are the other ones. This place sucks. Don't go. Only go if you want your drink spat in and you be disrespected from staff. If I could get 0 star, I would. Please don't spend your or anyone else's money here. That's 1 star. 1 star. So disappointed. Last week, my friends and I had a sleepover and we were planning on where we wanted to go. We have to plan things out because of all of our schedules are very busy currently. My friend who lives downtown mentioned that this new daiquiri shop was opening up and we were so excited to go. Cut forward to today. I have heard several guests at my job I work at saying that they would never return. The staff was rude, discriminatory, and the atmosphere felt awkward, uncomfortable to be in. I am now also seeing videos of people talking about how they're kicking out groups of people based on what they're wearing. This dress code has not been established or mentioned before. You were telling me that they have a dress code at a place where staff wears cargo pants and Hawaiian tops. That's what I want to mention in that first image. I was like, this looks like a Hawaiian shirt that you're wearing. Okay. Get real. It's the first day in business and they have already represented poor company culture and blatant racism. I will not spend my money here. 1 star. Absolutely disgusting dress code forced blatantly to keep their clientele white. This type of behavior is why the business will fail. Have the day your upper management / ownership deserves. F around and find out. Was very excited to try this new place as I came here for work at least twice a month. It's safe to say that I will not be spending my money here or any place that discriminates a particular group of people. Don't waste your time or money. Unprompted dress code that does not accept Jordans, black men. I can't see myself supporting an establishment who doesn't want my kind present. Enforces bizarre dress code only against black patrons and their drinks are arse. Get better drinks somewhere, not racist. What a sad and racist addition to King Street. A racial forward dress code is pitiful. Having a racist dress code disgusting and a slap in the face to those who helped build the city. White people were wearing the exact same thing and weren't told to leave. Getting dressed up to drink a daiquiri is absurd regardless. We don't have open container laws, so I really don't see the point of this place. Multiple black people have been discriminated against and it's time to hold Zachery daiquiris accountable. Come on, is there really a dress code or are we just trying to exclude the black community? Do better, don't just cover it up. Don't support this white only space. Yelp, ags. Oh no, what could improve? Probably the racist ownership higher ups. You know what you did and it was shameful. And apparently there are other pages here of more. They're saying these are not recommended, right? So I'm gonna just go ahead and you guys could go ahead and pause it if you so choose, if this is something that you want to continue reading, or you could just go on there. I mean, have it up on the screen. But yeah, okay, so people are like, yeah, no, I'm not cool with this. But when you go on their Google page, you see that their Google page has higher reviews. And it's because, like the lady said in the first video, they deleted comments. They're just out here deleting people's comments. Oh, I don't like it, so let me just go ahead. This is a business. This isn't your personal Instagram account where people are, just bothering you and harassing you or whatever the case may be. This is a business. You can't do that. And that's the thing, with stuff like this is where you should have had a PR person. All of this for some dang daiquiris, y'all. This ain't even anything. All this was some daiquiris. I gotta go and dress up, and you're like, oh, well, that look. I don't want that. Just say you don't. Just say it's an all white establishment or anyone that's not black. Come, just say that. Just say it. There's no need to do all the extra hoopla and all the extra mess. If you don't want black people, going to your establishment and supporting it, just say, yeah, I don't want your dollar. But don't then get mad when you got other people who may say, like some of the other reviews I was reading, and the lady and her friends saying, yeah, I'm not down for that kind of stuff. We already got enough issues as is. I don't have time for you to just now be racist on top of everything else for no reason at all for a new business. So don't get mad when you lose the dollar too. Okay, but this video is longer than I needed it to be. So let me know what you all think about this down below.